I've been thinking. I've been thinking about all of the things that I've learned to do differently over the past 11 weeks. Now, maybe you have already learned some of these lessons, but I have had to understand a whole new set of practices in my life. I've had to learn not to touch my face. And speaking of my face, I have had to learn to cover it up when I go out in public. Now, maybe that's a good lesson and something I should have learned a long, long time ago. I have learned to keep my distance from others and how to have a conversation while social distancing. I have to learn that some items that I always counted on being accessible in the stores may not be available. I have had to learn how to do Zoom, how to set up a conference call with multiple people, how to navigate video technology. As I think about all those activities and many, many others, I wonder what I have learned and how I have adjusted my life so that I can best navigate during these times, which in so many ways are different than any other time in my life. Now, I need to tell you that in my life, these new and different ways of doing things have evolved. I have a better idea about how to wear a mask and when it is necessary. I have discovered that I need to wear gloves and when I need to wear them, and when I need to take a step back from folks, or when I need to stick through the drive-through. My practice of the CDC guidelines, or even our governor's executive orders, have gone through a transition that, I believe, has helped me do a better job of protecting myself and those around me. You see, all of this took me by surprise. It was unexpected, unplanned, and I have had to learn, adjust, and relearn. As I was thinking about my growth, I started to think about how God is responding to all of this. Since I am having to make adjustments in my life, I wondered about God and his reaction to something that we have never faced before. Now, please, I do have an understanding of a sovereign God who is all-knowing and understands everything in real time because he has known about everything from eternity past. I believe in a God who is able to make all circumstances and work them all out for our good and his glory. I believe in a personal God who knew me even before I was formed in my mother's womb, who loved me enough to send his son to die for me, and who gave me an inheritance according to his will. And I guess that is the point. You see, I am thinking, no, I believe that our new normal is not new to God. It did not take him by surprise. It was not something that he had to navigate for the first time and then adjust to any lessons that he had to learn. No, our God knew from eternity past that in 2020 we would face these challenges in our lives. Now, I believe our God is using these days to teach us things that perhaps we would not be able to learn any other way. Our God is at work challenging his people, challenging them to be serious about change, and as they become more like his son, Jesus Christ, about how to conform to the character of Christ. So, I've been thinking, how am I going to allow God to work in my life as I adjust to my circumstances and to my culture? What lessons am I going to apply that will make me more effective in my witness for him? In fact, what impact are we going to allow as our church moves forward so that we can be more vibrant disciples, influencing our world for Christ? How are we going to be more effective in multiplying Christ-like disciples? We cannot go back to same old, same old. I've been thinking, I've been praying about what God wants to teach us so we can have a greater impact on our world and our community. That's what I've been thinking. Now, what do you think?